Hello, I'm Dan Deacon, and you're watching the AU Review. I mean, it's always amazing to leave the North American winter and go to the Australian summer, and it's a real good music culture in Australia. Like, people just seem psyched, and it doesn't seem as like, I don't know, it's very different from the United States, obviously in a million infinite ways, but it's just a very different vibe. Like, I don't normally like festivals. They're very creepy, but festivals in Australia seem really fun, and like festivals that I would actually go to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're going back?
I'm going back, yeah.
hopefully that continues, because it's been 3 years, a little more than 3 years, so.
Yeah, it's been too long. I used to go every year, and then there was a real lull.
We've had bigger gaps between records as well.
I have. I started focusing more on my, like, quote unquote classical career, and I don't know. I'm very bad with time management.
Well, you've had a very busy year all the same. In addition to finishing the record, you toured with the likes of Arcade Fire, and what were some of those shows like? And were you able to kind of test out some of the newer material along those shows?
The shows were crazy. They were in like hockey arenas, and like where like professional basketballs played. So there were these giant crowds, and it was kind of like playing a festival every night. And yeah, we did like 50% new material on the tour, and I was recording the record while on the road. So I feel like the shows did inform the record a lot, and it was fun. It was really crazy. It was like was the show Quantum Leap ever in Australia? It was like, I feel like that tour was like Quantum Leap, where I was like, what am I doing here? What? They're gonna find out. I'm gonna have to go.
There's been a lot of those experiences for you this year. I saw a photo of you with Mark Mothersbaugh.
My whole life, I think, is like, I have this fear that one day there's gonna I'll wake up in prison and they'll be like, yeah, we figured it out. So
you fucked. You fucked it.
I kind of feel like everyone in like 2014 must live that way, though, with this like looming anxiety, because there's like so much of our like life exists like in a non-physical realm, like within the internet, and I don't know, and the fact that like, you know, you watch a show like House of Cards, or like see like how politics are like rendered in 2014, and like you say like one thing and it can be like looped infinitely forever, and the amount of things that you say and like recontextualized. Did you ever see that show Black Mirror?
Black Mirror, no.
It's a BBC show about like a dystopian future based upon every episode's like its like own storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that's like this looming psyche. I don't know why I got so dark at the end of the interview. I'm sorry.
Well, it's this idea that, like, you know, we've stumbled into doing something that we love doing, and then someone's just going to find out that, you know, we're supposed to be working on the coal mine or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've invented this whole new paradigm without really understanding where it's going to go. It'd be like if we like built the highway system before we had cars, or we just had cars and highways before we had like laws to regulate how they worked on such a massive scale. It's frightening to see like how quickly like information and the collection of information can be so manipulated by law enforcement and media simultaneously, either in collusion or against each other. So I get a little I really have no idea why I'm on this tangent, but I'm looking forward to going back to Australia.
It's gonna be great. And I guess we'll leave it on a more exciting note, and you know, what excites you about music today?
About music?
About music.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know if it's so much like an excitement as maybe like, what excites you about water? Like, it's like I need it. If I don't have it, I like, well, I don't know if I die, but I would like spiritually die. Like when I go like a few days without writing music, I get very depressed, or without interacting with music or performing, I get very, very like, it's very much like my misdirected therapy. It's just like, it'd be like not talking to people for days. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very much like, if I don't listen to music, I'm trying to discover more music that I don't already love, because like I feel like I listen to the same cycle of albums again and again. So, but luckily with like, you know, a lot of musicians talk shit on these like streaming services, but I've just like started listening to so much music that I never got on CD or vinyl, but that I used to have as CDs as a kid. And from that, I feel like in the last 6 months, my like repertoire of what I've been listening to is just like exploded. So, like I said, we're inventing all these tools without really knowing how to use them, and they're tearing down old systems like Spotify and Pandora and shit, but it's just the age we live in, and you can. It's not like we can't be upset about it, but the same way that like the telegraph kind of destroyed the romantic nature of writing and receiving a letter. I like listening to Less Than Jake on Spotify. So.
And going to a place like Seoul, as you went the other day, or here in Hong Kong, that opens up doors as well. On a
100%. Like
discover music.
The way that music can exchange hands or ears is just becoming so fluid that it's not even a conversation point. But I'm excited about music not being a commodity. Like, music shouldn't be the recorded aspect of music shouldn't be a commodity. I like the idea of music going back to being valued by its physical presence to the listener and the viewer, the same way it was 150 years ago. So we'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here. Are you going to hang around for the day and check everyone out?
Yeah, I'm here all day. Hopefully going to meet up with Wayne, get weird, the Flaming Lips.
Will you dress up in a monkey suit and go on stage?
I'll probably already be soaking with sweat, so maybe after. But yeah, we've got the day off tomorrow. So, but thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you for being a part of it. Cheers.
I don't know why I held the microphone like I've never held a microphone before.